Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is gonna be a quick entire makeup collection kind of declutter. These are items that I have used recently from my collection, or I have been doing a little bit of reorganization, and I ran into a couple of these things that I'm like, I don't think I enjoyed this product anymore, or just not. For one reason or another, it's not working out for me very well. So I decided to go ahead and show you all these items. Most of them are gonna go to either friends or family. Just a very few of them, maybe just like one or two items that are just going straight to the trash. Again, there's nothing wrong with them. They're just not my favorite. I haven't been reaching for them or enjoying them that much. I find that maybe somebody else would like them a little bit more. So if you are interested in this video, please keep on watching. If you find it helpful, or if you enjoy this declutter video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe, and let's go ahead and get into it. It's not a lot of products, but it's just enough for me to share them with you. I guess we'll go ahead and get started with eyeliners and brow products. I have a couple over here that are just I just don't reach for them anymore, and a friend asked me if I have any black eyeliners, and I figured, you know what, I should just pass on to her. Actually, let me move the brow products out of the way. So for black eyeliners, I do have the Tarte Man Eater black eyeliner. This is the self-sharpening one. This guy is really nice. I actually really enjoy it, but I think my friend would enjoy it a little bit more. Ooh, I think it needed, I think maybe it got squished in there. Let's see, let's resharpen it. Watch, now because I do want to send it to a friend, it doesn't want to work anymore. Oh my goodness, there was a lot of product in, oh, there it is. I'm like, I know there was a lot of product in here. Oh, now I can't push it back. Ooh, I'm sorry. Okay, anyways, this guy is gonna go to a friend of mine. I think she would really like it a little bit more than I do. Oh yeah, a big chunk of it just got stuck in the top. I do apologize for that, but I'm gonna go ahead and pass this on. Again, I personally am not reaching for it. I think she would enjoy it a lot more than I do. The second eyeliner that I'm gonna go ahead and pass on is this Catrice liquid liner, and this is matte. It's actually really matte. It's a good one. I just, you know, I hardly ever reach for black eyeliners, or I like liquid eyeliners like this, and I figured if she needs it, I think she would enjoy it a lot more than, or use it a lot more than I have been. Another one is by Illamasqua, and this is also in black. This is a velvet tip, where the other one was a brush. This is a thicker velvet tip, but it's pretty good. I just personally don't need it, don't use it, it's gotta go. This is by Revetre, I guess, or it's called Revetre by Starlux. This came, I think I'm gonna say this came in either in an Ipsy or in BoxyCharm. One side is a star and one side just a velvet tip. Again, I don't use it. And then the last black eyeliner, is it black? I think this one is black, yeah. This is Diego Dalla Palma, I guess. I don't know. It needs, this is a black pencil liner. Again, I don't use it, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on. So that's it for eyeliner. For brow pencils, I do have 3, and again, these 3, I just don't need them. I don't use them. They're not my favorite. I am gonna go ahead and pass them on. This one is in Natural Brunette, and this is by Pop Beauty. They have that like triangular shape, but it's not the skinny triangular shape like the new Kosas one. It's actually a fat one, and I have too much brows. I cannot use one like this. I just find that it just makes my brows look way too bold, so I'm gonna pass that one on. The same with this Winky Lux one. I think this is like a universal shade. It's again a triangular shaped eyeliner, eyebrow pencil. I do not use it. I do not reach for it. I'm gonna go ahead and pass that on. And the last one is by $1 Billion Brows, and this is again a universal brow pencil. And this one is round, but again, it's got that fat, it's a fat pencil, so it's really hard for me to use with my massive brows. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one on as well. I do actually really like the formula of this one. Probably my favorite formula is this one. It's a little bit more creamy, a little bit more waxy, where the Winky Lux and the other one is a little bit drier, and that's probably why they call them like universal shades. So if you use like really, if you go heavy-handed, you can get a little deeper shade, but if you use it as it is, it gets a little bit lighter. Anyway, that's gotta go. I do have a couple foundations, and only one of them is one that I'm like, okay, I don't know about this, and that's the CoverGirl one. This is the True Blend Matte Made foundation, the Comfort Matte. I really love this guy, but the problem with it for me is like I see white dots on my face when I use it. I love how it looks on my skin. It looks really beautiful on the skin. The shade M10 is a little bit dark for me, but overall I do really like it. I just too much. I have a lot of foundations, and with seeing the white dots in this one on my face, kind of like I don't need that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. The other foundation that I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of is by Dose of Colors. This is Meet Your Hue foundation, and this is in the shade 116 Light Medium. I think this was supposed to be like a neutral shade, but honestly it's more warm tone. It looks a little bit kind of like on the yellow side on my skin. It's a little bit dark. It's super full coverage. I don't really reach for super full coverage foundations these days. I prefer like the most a medium coverage. I don't like this as much as I used to, and I prefer their concealer. Like I find that I use their concealer a lot more than I use the foundation. This one I'm definitely gonna go ahead and pass on to my friend. I think it will match her pretty well. She is a little bit more yellow, like warm undertone than I am, so I think she would really enjoy it. So there's that one. And then the last one, I love this guy. This is like one of my favorite foundations. You can tell I love it. I've used like a third of it. This is the Stay Naked by Urban Decay, the weightless liquid foundation. This is in the shade 50WY, which is my super self-tanner shade. I haven't been self-tanning. I haven't been using it. It's just been sitting here in my collection for well over 6-7 months, so it's time to pass it on. Again, this would be a perfect match for my friend currently without her self-tanning or anything, so I think she would enjoy it a little bit more than I do. I did try to wear it the other day with a little bit lighter foundation, like I mixed the two. My husband was like, what's wrong with your foundation? It doesn't even match your skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on. Again, if I were self-tanning still as much as I used to, like I used to double self-tan in a day, now I just am not doing that. I would have kept it, but I haven't been doing that. And you know, if I really like it so much, I will purchase my correct shade for everyday use, but right now it's too dark for me. It's a little bit too yellow for me too, so I think she would enjoy it a lot more. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on. Okay, one product or two products that are going straight to the trash are these two. This is the Too Faced Bronzed and Poreless Pore Perfecting Bronzer. I held on to this guy because I was like, I was determined that I was gonna pan this one. I was gonna use it all, and I didn't. I never did. I've held on to it for well over a year, and I reached for it 2 days ago when I was like, okay, let me see how this guy is. Can I actually use it up, or what's gonna happen? I think the formula has changed. It is a little bit older. They don't carry this one. They stopped carrying it a long time ago. It's a little bit on the light side. It's so you can really build it up, but at this point it just does not work for me. It's not working for me. It's not. It's old. It's time for it to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one in the trash. It's a bummer because I really enjoyed it back when it used to be fresh 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even more. So that's gotta go in the trash. This one's also gonna go in the trash. This is by Ciate London, and this is the shade Matchmaker. This came in an Ipsy bag and it came shattered. I should have contacted them and said, you know, like it came shattered, but at that point I didn't really care. I pressed it back in here, and then it was fine until the other day I pulled it out to play with it, and this was what happened. Sure, I could repress it and like put it in different pan and all that, but with the size of my collection, I don't feel like I'm gonna go through that trouble. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one in the trash. Okay, a couple more products, and these are actually products that I'm just gonna go ahead and pass on to friends. Oh, I forgot this one. This is by MAC. This is the Prep and Prime BB Cream, the Beauty Balm. This is in SPF 35, and this is in the shade medium. I do really like the formula of this one. I like the staying power. I like how it looks on the skin. Just the shade medium is too dark for me. Again, like it's too dark. I cannot use it. Maybe I can use it in the summertime if I'm self-tanned, but I can't use it most of the time, and it's getting a little bit older. I would rather pass it on to a friend where she can actually use it on a daily basis and enjoy it without having to worry about tanning or not tanning. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along. I guess I do have some foundation samples that I will also be passing on. I always kind of request foundation samples when I place orders from Sephora because I like trying new foundations, but sometimes I don't notice that the foundation samples are this deep. This definitely does not work for me. This is the YSL, and I wish they had lighter shades in here. The lightest shade is the shade Honey, which looks super dark. I definitely cannot use this shade on my skin. This is the All Hours foundation, and I wish they had the lighter one because I really was interested in trying this one. I'm gonna go ahead and pass that on. By Givenchy, this is the Prism Libre, like the skin caring foundation. I did use the sample that matched me pretty well. And then there's just the deepest two and then the lightest one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these. Another foundation sample. This is by MAC, and this is which one is this? The Studio Fluid Fix foundation samples. Again, I think these are too deep for me. I'm usually like an NC20. NC25 leans a little too orangey on me, yellow orangey, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these. I know I'm not gonna, like, yeah, they're samples, but I'm not gonna use them. And then this one is the Sephora one. This is the Matte Perfection Tinted Moisturizer. I actually own this one in my correct shade. I think this was the shade 07. The shade 1 is white. The shade 16 is really deep, and then the shade 08 Canvas might work for my friend, so I'm gonna go ahead and send this to her. I do really like that one, like the full size in the correct shade. I do really enjoy it. Alrighty, next up are eyeshadow palettes. I have two over here that I am gonna go ahead and send to my friend. I did receive the Modern Renaissance by ABH in Ipsy Glam Bag X for the month of May, and I already have it, so I'm gonna go ahead and send it to my friend. And then the other one is by Urban Decay, and this is the Naked. This kind of like tried to go through a couple declutters and it stayed. Tried to go through a couple declutters and it stayed, and I just never end up using it. I think my friend would really enjoy this one. I think these tones are totally up her alley. They're a little bit more cool tone than I reach for. I think she would really actually enjoy this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it to her. I do have a highlighter palette. This is the Makeup Geek by Kathleen Lights. I've been holding on to this one. Again, this was like one that I've wanted to declutter for so long, but then I'm like, well, it was limited edition. I can't get it anymore. I don't have any Makeup Geek highlighters, and this was a collab. So I kind of like talked myself into keeping it, but at this point, okay, this is way too dark. This is way too dark. The lightest one is even still little too dark on my skin tone. The formula is amazing, but I don't reach for it, you know. I don't use it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on to my friend. Actually, now swatching it, it looks really pretty. Anyway, I think my friend would enjoy this guy a little bit more than I would. Alright, moving right along, I have this Lorac palette. This is the Shine Bright Color Source and Light Source Cheek palette. This is a stunning palette. It is so beautiful. And you say, Rania, why are you getting rid of it? Well, because I was going through my stash recently, like my backup stash, trying to pull in some new makeup setting sprays, like the Catrice one, which I used up and I never replaced, into my everyday drawers, my Milani one, and I found that I have a backup with this one. I haven't cracked into the backup yet. I think I'm gonna hold on using it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it anytime soon, but I'm gonna go ahead and send this one to my friend. I think she would really enjoy it. All matte blushes over here, they can be mixed and matched. 2 highlighters. This highlighter is just a little too deep for me, but I think she can make this palette work for her. I'm gonna go ahead and send it to her. I know, I'm sorry, I'm not sending you the new one, but you know, this has been loved, so. I do have a couple highlighters in here. I do have this one by Milani, and this is the highlighter duo in the shade Spark Plug. There were 2 shades in here. I did use up completely this one shade, and then this one is the deeper one, so I am gonna go ahead and pass it on to my friend. I do have a backup of this guy too, because I really like this shade a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and send it to her. And then I do have this one by Wet n Wild. I find that this one is a little bit too deep for me. I was just so drawn into this. It looked so beautiful. I thought it might be comparable to the Bare Minerals one, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and order the Bare Minerals. Yeah, I'm gonna pass it on to my friend. I can't wear it. This is not a shade that works for me. I do have one more blush. This is by Too Faced, and this is the Papaya Pop. I think my friend would really enjoy this one. The highlighter in here is a little bit deep for me, but mixed together, they're really beautiful. I think she would really enjoy it. I do have a face palette, and this is the Hamptons Weekender by Tarte. This was kind of like one of the, am I gonna declutter it? Am I gonna keep it? No, I am gonna go ahead and declutter it. I just can't use it. These 2 shades are too deep on my skin tone. The highlighter is really beautiful. I just don't reach for it. It's not my favorite face palette. The blush is a little bit on the mauve side, and on my skin it makes me look like I'm a little bit bruised, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. Another kind of like blush bronzer is by Nude Sticks, and this is the Nudies, and the shade is Sunkissed. I do have a full size of this one, and I love it, and I think my friend would really enjoy trying it, so I'm gonna send it to her. I do have a primer. This is Touch in Soul, the No Problem primer. I just don't reach for pore filling primers. I don't need them. I don't find that I have a problem with my pores. I prefer more like hydrating tacky primers. So I am gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. I am gonna go ahead and get rid of the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer Mascara. I haven't been using you know, lash primer mascaras in so long, because I do use the Grande Lash Serum. So I am gonna go ahead and pass this one on. By Bare Minerals, this is the Mineral Veil. There's nothing wrong with this one. It's okay. It's not my favorite, and I know my friend really likes it, so I'm gonna send it to her. And then lastly is by Color Drain, and this is Safari Rain. May She Rain lipstick. I do like the formula a lot, and in the tube this looks stunning, but on my lips, again, it's more on that like mauve-y. I cannot do mauve lipsticks. I feel like I look like the dead, so I am gonna go ahead and pass this one on. This is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick recap of all the products that I am gonna go ahead and pass on to friends or family, or to the trash. I've done a couple of these before where I would have some products I'm like, I know these are not gonna work. I would give them to my friends or family. So if you're interested in these videos, or if you enjoyed this one, let me know in the comments below. And every time I have like a quantity like this, I would sit down and film it for you. I would share that with you. If you don't like it, just let me know in the comments below you don't like it. Actually, no, don't tell me. Keep that to yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.